Look at that. Heck of a view. As you might be able to tell, I'm in Denver, Colorado. Shannon and I are here just for a couple days to celebrate our friend's wedding, and then after that we're flying back home. Very recently, over the past couple months, I've been working on the website venture4wd.com, and my intention is to build it into sort of an overland travel guide. After living on the road full-time for 6 years, I have a mountain of GPS data. Every night that I spent someplace different, I marked a waypoint on the GPS and I wrote notes about that campsite. So I just have a lot of interesting places to share. So that's what I'm doing on the website now. I'm featuring those campsites, maybe 3 to 5 a week in a blog-like format. And Patreon subscribers and paid members of venture4wd.com are going to have access to the coordinates. But everyone, whether you're a subscriber or not, is going to be able to visit the pages, read the description for the campsite, and enjoy the pictures. So what I'm going to do in this episode and in future episodes when we're not out exploring is share with you the campsites that I've featured on the website this week. And since I'm in Colorado, it's only appropriate that we start with this one, which I recorded right here in the Rocky Mountains just a few years ago. It's Monday night, and I'm at this campsite that I found on the west side of Cottonwood Pass. I believe I'm in Gunnison National Forest. For the better part of the afternoon, it was rainy with storms rolling through, but it finally cleared up, and it's around 6 p.m. This is a beautiful spot. It's far down a forest road that terminates at the mountains over there, and four-wheel drive is absolutely required. Yeah, man. Yeah. This might be one of my best breakfast sandwiches ever. If you're familiar with the low desert of southern Arizona, shade and shelter are pretty scarce, let alone moisture. That's why this next campsite that I found in a wooded canyon was a welcome relief. Great payoff tonight. I found this beautiful dispersed campsite deep in the backcountry. I'm in a valley next to a small stream. There's a stone fire ring and a bed of pine needles. It's beautiful. Open package, remove oxygen absorber, boil 1 3/4 cups. Good one, Chris. It's a beautiful morning around 8:30 a.m. and the sun just crested the mountain to the east. I did not sleep well last night. What I got right last night was this week I remembered my headlamp, I remembered to bring a pillow, I used my sleeping bag liner for extra warmth. My bed was soft and comfortable. This bed, however, the bed of the truck, was a different story. This bed is made of aluminum, if I'm not mistaken, and aluminum really conducts the cold. Until it starts getting warmer at night, I think I'm going to be a lot more comfortable in my ground tent. Moab's backcountry offers some of the most extraordinary designated dispersed campsites. But this region is very popular with outdoor enthusiasts, so many campsites like this next one require that you bring your own contained toilet system to help keep the area clean. I definitely had no idea what I was getting myself into with this trail. As it turns out, it is a named route. It is the Behind the Rocks 4x4 trail. I think I ran about a third of it before I bailed onto this offshoot, but it's 3 p.m. and I want to turn my attention to finding a campsite where I can spend the night. And it's for the better, because that trail was a little more ambitious, and I'd personally prefer for a solo act. Here we go. An awesome campsite for tonight, a designated dispersed site on BLM land, and I am right next to a massive wall of red rock. It is secluded. I'm several miles into the backcountry, but since this is such an impressive formation with campsites all around it, I imagine it's probably pretty popular. I know that I have neighbors 100 yards away, but with these trees all around, there's ample privacy. There's a primitive stone fire ring, enough room for 3 or 4 vehicles, and not much in the way of connectivity, but that's okay. You don't need a modified vehicle to get here, but I do recommend a 4-wheel drive Jeep, truck, or SUV. Put the cheese on soon enough, my bad. This is perfectly done. It's a little bit pink, it's juicy, it's well toasted. Check this out. How close can I get? I'm gonna zoom. Look at that. This is a tasty burger. Every now and then you stumble upon a hidden gem of a campsite, and this is very easy to do in the state of Nevada, which consists of a lot of public land and some beautiful desertscapes. We'll see how good this audio comes through. It is a windy day in southern Nevada, and yesterday I found this amazing dispersed campsite. It's several miles down a primitive track and just within the base of the mountains. At first I wasn't sure if I was maybe biting off more than I could chew with the van, but the road turned out to be fairly gentle and I got here no problem. This would be a superb place to spend a few nights if the weather's on your side, but in this case, it's definitely not. Nevertheless, I'm glad to have found it, and I slept amazingly last night despite the wind. There are no fire rings or anything like that. It's just a spacious clearing, enough room for maybe 2 vehicles on this shelf that overlooks a valley to the west and rock formations to the north. This next campsite was spacious, wooded, and lovely, located at the foot of the Chiricahuas Mountains in southeastern Arizona. It's easy to access, it's near hiking and other natural attractions, and the stream is seasonal, so it might not be flowing during the summer. It is late February 2023, and I'm out exploring southern Arizona in my Jeep RNG. I lucked out tonight. This is a great, spacious campsite by a stream in Coronado National Forest. I'll show you around in the morning, but it's definitely a desirable spot, probably often occupied in peak season. Good morning. I slept wonderfully last night at this idyllic woodland campsite. But like I mentioned last night, this is a prime dispersed campsite. It's just down a maintained forest road at the end of a primitive two-track. It's spacious, there's enough room for about 3 vehicles, but due to road conditions, I would say a stock 4-wheel drive vehicle is required, just in case it's muddy or rough. It would also be a great spot for a Winnebago Revel. I could definitely get here in the van. This last campsite was one of my favorite recent discoveries. It's a great place in central Arizona to find some peace and solitude and just unwind after a long work week. This site was memorable to me because a wolf walked up to camp, it paused, looked at me for a moment, and then it trotted off. That doesn't happen often. What a perfect campsite. This find exceeded my expectations. I followed a forest road that was a main artery, and that branched off onto a primitive track. I followed that primitive track a few miles, and it led me here. This site is nestled among the tall pines, which offer shade, shelter. Privacy is great. There's a pristine stone fire ring, and someone even left a bunch of firewood. Although this time of year in Arizona, when it's hot and dry, I generally don't do campfires, even if there's not a burn ban, just to play it safe and err on the side of caution. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, or maybe even dark and early, I'm heading to Alvan's, their office in Mesa, Arizona. Well, there is a wolf over there. And I am not going to be able to aim the camera at that. I just saw a wolf. Fantastic. I saw a wolf.
So handsome. You're so handsome. Okay.
Again, it's our friend's wedding, not Shannon and I, not yet. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and there are new adventures to come, but I'm really excited about this endeavor with the website, and serving as an online travel guide is just the beginning. Once I get the campsite section all filled out and polished, then I'm also going to be adding new features and providing other services. So please check out the website today, come back often, and I will see you again next week. Thanks for watching.